everyone. Today we have our another new episode, and this episode is very important for us because World Talent Economic Forums. We have our chief advisor, Dr. Talib Rafael, and we are launching our collaborations with OIC and Bangladesh. You know, everybody, we have university in Islamic University for Technology, and today we collaborate with them, and we are trying to solve problem of AI specifically for Muslim world. So, Dr. Talib Rafael, I have a very specific question for you. Uh, First, how are you today? And after a long time, you joined with World Talent Economic Forum.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you so much. I'm in Spain. That's why I didn't join. Yeah.
Okay. Professor Talib, like today you also discussed with few of our colleagues and friends and the Vice Chancellor from IUT, and they are also representing OIC. So Islamic world need more modern science, engineering and technological involvement. So World Talent Economic Forum helping to Islamic community and the Muslim community to develop artificial intelligence. Especially we do focus on generative AI. So what do you think about Muslim world? And what do you think about artificial intelligence?
The Muslim world is a world of its own, but artificial intelligence is not something we should be scared of. Not something we should resist because it's another technological advancement. So I think that artificial intelligence will continue to be a major thing in our lives. We cannot just resist it. That's not right. Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, uh, Professor, we have a specific question. How will the integration of AI and machine learning advancement the impact of decision making? Do you believe we need AI for making decisions? Because you are top level decision maker for different corporations and different organizations around the world. So what do you think? Is it helpful for making decisions or how you make decisions for big companies?
Okay. Decisions are made by human beings. So is artificial intelligence. So humans must take the decision to make whatever decisions they want to make. Artificial intelligence is not something we should be scared of again. I want to say this.
Okay, Professor. Professor, my next question to you, uh, as you have involvement with tourism organizations, so in what way might the infrastructure of cities and highway need to evolve in better accommodation and optimize the functionality of AI or autonomous vehicles or AI-based vehicles? What do you think? Like,
I,
is it necessary?
it's important to get the information about the place you're going to visit. That's all, no more and no less. Because when you visit some place, you take with you your own culture and you try to interact with other cultures. So AI does not have any role in this other than getting the information you want about the place. I think that's the only function of artificial intelligence in tourism.
Can you share some of your activities about the tourism organization? Uh, do you have any involvement right now, or do you have any new project to share with our audience?
Yeah, I'm involved now
Yes.
in ITIC. ITIC is the International Tourism Investment Company. That's the one I'm involved in. And the World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum, tourism is a very important element in world peace because when we have more people visiting each other, the world will become a better place. Definitely, it's a matter of trying to share other cultures with you, and you cannot have negative feelings or stereotyping about people that you had dinner with or lunch with, and people you have visited families. So that's why it's important to have tourism.
Professor, like, what do you think about emerging economy, country like Bangladesh, Pakistan, Malaysia? What do you think about that? Indonesia, how we can work together for uplifting the grassroots level community or uplifting this different industry? What your thoughts?
I think that tourism is important for these countries because people come to visit and see their own culture. And culture is a very important part of human beings, of life. So it's important to have tourism come to these countries. Tourists from Europe, from all over the world, should come to these countries and see for themselves what they have to see, not to bring their own culture with them, but to learn from our cultures. I think that we have a lot to teach them. Thank you.
Thank you. Professor, what do you think about the youth communities after this COVID-19 and this war, this tourism industry change? And especially, what do you think about this Middle East crisis or crisis in between Russia and Ukraine? What do you think? What is the solution we have?
For what? What's the last part of your question? Please.
Yeah, my question that what do you think about the Middle East crisis in between this Israel and Philistine, and is it create any impact for tourism industry?
Yes, it is. It is. It's affecting us in Jordan very much because we're neighbors to Israel, we're neighbors to the West Bank and Palestine territory. There are lots of Palestinians in our country, but that affected tourism badly because tourists are not coming to our country anymore now from Europe and from the United States because they think that since we are so close to Palestine and Gaza, it will be difficult for us to create a safe environment. Although we are very safe, but still tourism is affecting us bad.
Yeah, like what do you think about safety and security, food price, healthcare? Because right now we have a lot of economic challenges around the world. What do you want to share with the global community?
Well, you know, developing countries have their own ways of dealing with that. Safety and security, for example. You're not secure unless you're involved with the people. You can't have people providing you security if you're not involved with them. So security is a very important factor. It's a factor we have to keep in mind when interacting with our people. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Uh, I have few more questions from the topic today. Uh, what new features and protocol could be developed to address the ethical and security challenges associated with autonomous driving? Do you have any policy for from World Tourism Organization for autonomous vehicles for safety and securities? Is there any policy or you are
No,
planning to execute any
there,
policy?
there's no specific policy for that. It's just a matter of using your own judgment. With UNWTO, the organization in charge of world tourism, is the organization I used to head, and that organization is now still working the same way I used to work with it.
Mhm.
So basically, basically, the issue of security is an issue that should be always on the priority of us. But if it's in the hands of the visitor to secure himself or herself by interacting more with people, people will protect you. That's the best way of securing your security.
Excellent. And beside that, I want to know, like, is there specifically, I see from emerging economy, we do not have good healthcare insurance like Europe. You are right now in Europe. So do you think this kind of insurance and this kind of insurance policy can be applicable in emerging economy? Or you have
It
any
can.
different idea?
I think it can. I think it can. If the traveler is insured in his own country, he should be insured in all countries. But the problem with healthcare is the quality of healthcare, not the insurance policy. Insurance is not the issue. The issue is how How do people trust our doctors, medical system? Thank you.
Excellent. Dr. Talib, like you are a great leader and you have a lot of influence in the global communities. So, what you want to share about your leadership thoughts or leadership process or leadership philosophy with our audience? How we can be a good leader?
Okay. You can be a good leader by trusting your people, the people you work with, and the people you interact with. That's important. You have to trust them, and they have to interact with you. Now, I'm trying to read what's being written here.
There are a few questions, Professor.
Yeah,
Like, no problem, you just continue your leadership thoughts with our audience.
okay. Leadership is a quality of every human being, and anyone can be a leader in his own way, in his own term, and in his own realm. But leadership, as such, I have experienced. It's something that I have worked with in the UNWTO before and as a minister in my own country in Jordan. And that was a very important part of my leadership. Now, how to develop skills to become a leader is important. It's important that you trust your own people you interact with. Trust is very important element for leadership because no leader can be leader if the people don't trust him or he doesn't trust the people. So that's what I want to say now. But regarding the position of leadership I'm now involved in, I want to say that the world is becoming very critical position now, and the developing economies are trying their best to reach out and become more advanced. But the advanced world, especially the United States and Europe, are not really helping in this. They have colonized us. They have been so brutal with us, and now uh, they expect us to say yes for everything. They are interfering in our lives, our leaderships, our community, and that's not the right way to do things nowadays. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. So, what your advice for the youth communities? How they can develop themselves in this new economic system?
Okay. For the youth, I think you should trust your own country. You should trust your own people. Have confidence in them. You will become a leader by doing that. But most important is to trust your people only, not any other people, because the world is becoming a very brutal world. You see what's happening in Gaza, for example, where the United States and the Israelis have created a genocide according with international law, but they are not. They're refusing to admit that. Now, the developing world, you should always, you should always trust your own people and have their own interests at hand first. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Professor, when you discuss about trust, can you define how in this complex world we can develop trust in between our own communities?
You have to trust them. You have to trust them. You have to be genuine about it. Trust ability, and by doing so, you will be able to connect with your people. Now, trust is a very important thing. Trust is trust. No more, no less. Thank you.
Thank you. Professor, like, uh, how World Talent Economic Forum can contribute grassroots level peoples with modern science, engineering, and technology. What's your thought? What is your advice?
The World Talent Economy Forum is a very important forum. It's from the School of Talent Economy. Now, what, what that means is that it takes care of the developing world, takes care of the people that are there to be trusted. And that's my advice to most of the people in this regard. Trust your own people, trust your own judgment. Don't jump into other people's conclusions because other people's conclusions are always meant to serve their own interests. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor. Professor, you are a great politicians, and emerging economy need more good politician like you. How you want to motivate young people to be a good politician?
You can motivate young people by involving them in your own plans. Now, what we're doing in Jordan, for example, is working with the youth and organizing them into parties. These parties are very important, political parties, and the youth there are very important elements in those parties. Now, how do I involve these people is important here because these people can only come when the things are going right, when you say what you mean, want to say, no more and no less. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor. Professor, like, uh, what's your closing remarks for today, and what you want to share your thoughts about global peace?
Okay. My closing remarks are following. First of all, it's important to maintain world peace. World peace is an element that is missing in the world of today, and it's important that we carry the banner of world peace. Now, how do we do that in this kind of situation? It's something very special, very different. The people in the West don't want us to be in the developing economies any better than we are now because we're serving their own purpose. Now, guys, it's my advice to everybody in this forum. Please open your eyes and see what the world is doing to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Talib, for your continuous support for World Talent Economic Forum. We need more of your support. Maybe we have a plan to develop a academy in Jordan, maybe School of Talent Economy, maybe in your country. We
Yeah,
love to contribute for your young people. Uh, Maybe we can help each other, and uh, we can learn more things from your country. So that is our objective.
can all
So
learn from each other. All learn from each other. And it's important that we work together. I would welcome the World Economic Forum, World Talent Economic Forum, and the School of Talent Economy. I would welcome them in Jordan. I'm ready to help them. I believe in you, Sharif. I believe in what you're doing. And I
thank you,
think
Professor.
the whole world is seeing this now. About Jordan. Jordan is a welcoming country. It welcomes new ideas. The Jordanian people are always very, very important people because they are very genuine people. And they try their best to serve other economies. The relationship between Jordan and Bangladesh, for example, is a very important relationship nowadays. And I just say that as my concluding remarks. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Talib. Hopefully, next week you will join with us because your joining is very, very important for us because
Thank,
you motivate us, you inspire us, and you get us a great guideline. how to improve, uh, how we can move forward. So thank you, Dr. Tali, for your continuous
Thank,
support. I request all of our audience, please share this content. This is extremely valuable content for us. This is life changing, and you can learn how to be a good leader like Dr. Talib Raphael. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining to the session. Thank you. Bye bye, and take care. Thank you,
thank,
Dr. Talib.
thank you, Sharif. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Assalamu alaikum.
See
Assalamu
you.
alaikum.
Alaikum salam. See you. Bye.